Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
There you go. Hey, switch gears. Switch like
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Middle. What do you want?
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
White 80. Hey, come on, no. Tight as Ringo. Tight as
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Alert. Check 13.
They'll try and run forward with Conner. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits. It leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
3 yards brings up 4th down.
They've already gone for it and made it once on this opening drive. They're going to try it again on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On the carry, it's Samuels. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To Connor on the check down. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. They want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. We're scoreless after one.
Get ready. Get ready.
Set. 10 Lobo.
98 for Mike. You don't want it? You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
White 80.
Mike 27. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Yeah, baby.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's third and short.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 20.
51. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
These two.
Get him.
Black is third.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Black 5.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
44. Hey, Delta.
Now it's Roethlisberger sliding out of the pocket. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms. And when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So
got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. from 3 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Look at me.
And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
24. Watch 24.
80 weapon.
192.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's complete to John Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
That's another Bengals first.
Here we go, here we go.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Down. 90 Wolf. Greystone travel. Back. Big grip. Big grip.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the 1st-round pick out of Alabama.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Kill.
Hey, lock it. Go. Head up.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey. High 7. Now.
Back to throw here. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st down, Samuels. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, Haywood. Hit it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Ready.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll look to throw. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Let's go, D.
No spacing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Take 2 of them. Black 20.
Watch the screen. Pass. Joker.
Black.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Show an A. You go tight. You got tight. You got
Black and turn.
On 3rd down, it's counter. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
Check. Hey. Check hot route. Hot. Hey.
They'll run for it with Samuels. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
These 2.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
Check three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
The ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Hey, Alpha. Shoot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. Love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Quick the edge. Come.
Recon, 132 fighter.
98's the mic.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Buzz.
198.
Watch out.
98's the mic.
They're going to look to throw.
It's our field.
Complete to his tight end Sample. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check 50. Check 50.
Hey. Hit it.
Now it's Mixon running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
On the ready.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again. 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Get it.
2nd and 10. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Every day.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Bullet good on the extra point. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Check, tight right.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Valvin away and bring up second down.
On second down, Samuels. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 43 yards. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed it.
I'm coming after you.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster.
That's it, baby.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run again with Samuels on first down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Turn up. Kill.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
6-6, bullet high. Hey, Charlie.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Ready, ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Coming for you. Get on that.
Fire.
Back to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
30 base.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Blue draw Corkers. They go.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 21-14. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On 1st down, Samuels. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
But now it'll be 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the 1st down.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Here we go.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ben leaves to counter on the draw. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now Roethlisberger. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Go!
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
All day. 80 weapon.
Just like that.
Check 37. Check 37.
Check 4. Check 4.
Let's go. Shoot.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's right.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Good job.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Come on now. Let's go.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw.
Better drop something else, baby.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Everyone's got 4 down.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. They'll look. look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we get to be here to watch this one.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in the cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
One more extra point attempt for good measure. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, thing out.
So for the Bengals, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.